In a small, dimly lit shelter, a pit bull sits alone in his kennel, his eyes filled with sadness and confusion. Once full of life, he now waits in silence, staring at the door, hoping that the person he trusted will return. The shelter workers have named him Buddy, but nothing can fill the void left by the man who abandoned him. His soft whimpers echo through the shelter as the rain outside taps against the windows. Despite the heartbreaking loneliness, Buddy still believes in hope. Hope that one day, someone will come back for him. Little does he know, his journey is about to take an unexpected turn. Welcome to AI Film City, where we share heartwarming stories that inspire and touch the heart. If you enjoy emotional tales filled with love and compassion, please like, subscribe, and share to join us on this journey. On the other side of town, a man named Jack wrestles with the weight of guilt. Months ago, in a moment of desperation, he made the decision to leave his dog, Buddy, at the shelter. Financial struggles and personal issues clouded his judgment, and though he thought it was for the best, the pain of abandonment has haunted him ever since. Every night, he dreams of Buddy's face, those trusting eyes now filled with confusion as he walked away. Jack thought he could forget, that time would heal the wound, but every memory of Buddy lingers like a heavy shadow. He feels the pull of his conscience, urging him to make things right. The more he tries to move forward, the more he's reminded of the love and loyalty Buddy gave him, unconditionally. Jack finally decides he can't live with the guilt any longer. The thought of Buddy sitting alone in that shelter, waiting for him, breaks his heart. Driven by the overwhelming need to fix his mistake, Jack gets into his car. His hands tremble on the steering wheel as he heads back to the place where he left his best friend. Little does he know, this trip will change both of their lives forever. Jack steps into the shelter, his heart pounding in his chest. The sound of barking dogs surrounds him, but all he can think about is Buddy. As he approaches Buddy's kennel, time seems to slow down. There, sitting quietly on a worn-out blanket, is Buddy, thinner, sadder, but still with the same soulful eyes Jack remembers. For a moment, Jack hesitates. What if Buddy no longer recognizes him? What if the bond they once shared has been broken beyond repair? But as Jack steps closer, Buddy's eyes lock onto his, and something remarkable happens. Buddy stands up slowly, his tail wagging ever so slightly. Jack kneels down in front of the kennel, tears filling his eyes as he whispers, "I'm so sorry, Buddy." At first, there's silence, but then Buddy presses his nose against the bars, a soft whimper escaping his lips. Jack reaches out, his hand trembling, and the pit bull licks his fingers gently, as if to say, "I forgive you." The reunion is bittersweet, filled with both sorrow and hope. It's a moment that speaks of the deep, unbreakable bond between man and dog, a love that survives even the harshest of separations. With the paperwork signed and Buddy's leash in hand, Jack leads his old friend out of the shelter, the pit bull's tail now wagging more vigorously with each step. It's as if Buddy knows that this time, things will be different, that Jack won't leave him behind again. The rain that had been falling earlier has now stopped, and the sun breaks through the clouds as they walk toward the car. Jack opens the car door, and without hesitation, Buddy jumps into the passenger seat, his eyes bright with excitement. It's as though the past few months of loneliness are being erased with every moment they spend together again. As Jack drives home, he glances over at Buddy, who rests his head on the seat, his eyes soft with contentment. Jack feels an overwhelming sense of relief wash over him. The guilt, the pain, it all starts to fade, replaced by a renewed sense of purpose. Buddy is more than just a pet. He's family, and Jack silently vows never to let him go again. Together, they begin a new chapter, one filled with love, loyalty, and second chances. Back at Jack's home, Buddy hesitates for a moment at the front door, as if unsure of whether this place is still his. But as Jack kneels down and gently calls his name, the pit bull steps inside, his ears perking up as he sniffs around, rediscovering the familiar smells of the home they once shared. Jack watches as Buddy walks slowly through each room, his tail swishing softly behind him. The healing process begins with small steps. At first, Buddy is cautious, still carrying the emotional scars of abandonment. Jack, determined to make amends, spends every moment with Buddy, rebuilding the trust they once had. Walks in the park, belly rubs, and quiet nights on the couch become their routine again. Slowly but surely, Buddy starts to open up, his once wary eyes now shining with the trust and love he had always shown before. It's a process of healing, not just for Buddy, but for Jack as well. Each day, their bond grows stronger, proving that love can mend even the deepest wounds. Jack learns that forgiveness doesn't come overnight, but with patience and care, trust can be restored and their hearts can heal. One evening, as Jack and Buddy are settling in for a quiet night, a loud noise shatters the calm. Jack looks out the window to see two suspicious figures creeping around his property. His heart races, but before he can react, Buddy is already on alert, standing protectively by Jack's side, his posture rigid and eyes locked on the intruders. Jack opens the door cautiously, but before he can call out, the intruders begin to approach. Without hesitation, Buddy bolts forward, barking fiercely, his strong, muscular frame making it clear that he won't let anything happen to his family. The intruders freeze, clearly not expecting to be confronted by a powerful pit bull. Their fear is palpable, and they quickly turn and flee into the night. Jack stands in awe of Buddy's bravery. The pit bull had always been a loyal companion, but this moment proved that he would do anything to protect the man who had given him a second chance. As Buddy returns to Jack's side, his tail wagging and his tongue lolling out in a satisfied grin, Jack realizes just how deep their bond truly runs. Buddy wasn't just a pet. He was a protector, a hero, and above all, family. Jack had always considered himself a good man, but it wasn't until he reconnected with Buddy that he truly understood the power of redemption. His decision to abandon Buddy had haunted him for months, but the pit bull's unwavering love and forgiveness had shown him the path to healing. Buddy wasn't the only one who needed saving. Jack had been lost too, but now he had found his way back. In the months following Buddy's return, Jack's life begins to change in unexpected ways. He becomes more patient, more compassionate, and more aware of the importance of loyalty and love. The guilt that had weighed so heavily on him starts to fade, replaced by a deep sense of gratitude for the second chance he had been given. Buddy's presence is a constant reminder that love can conquer even the deepest mistakes. Jack realizes that the past doesn't define him, and with Buddy by his side, he feels ready to face whatever the future holds. Together, they have forged an unbreakable bond, one that will continue to grow stronger with each passing day. As the days turn into weeks, Jack and Buddy settle into a routine that's full of joy and companionship. Each morning, they'd go for long walks, exploring the world together with fresh eyes. Buddy's once wary demeanor is now replaced with the playful energy of a dog who knows he is loved and cherished. Jack, too, feels a renewed sense of purpose, grateful every day for the decision to bring Buddy back into his life. They've come a long way from that rainy night in the shelter. The pit bull who once sat alone, abandoned and afraid, is now a beloved family member who has filled Jack's home with warmth and love. Their story is one of redemption, forgiveness, and the unbreakable bond between a man and his dog. The road ahead is bright, full of new adventures and shared moments that will continue to strengthen their connection. Jack knows that no matter what challenges come their way, they'll face them together. In Buddy, Jack has found not just a pet, but a best friend and a reminder of the power of second chances. As they walk side by side, Jack can't help but smile, knowing that their story is just beginning.